Coming in live from KCAA Studios in Redlands, California, you're listening to The Mo and Joe Show with your hosts, Mauricio Mo Silva and Joseph Joe Marmolejo.
All right. You're tuned in to The Mo and Joe Show here on KCAA Radio.
Uh-oh.
Hey, there you are.
There I am. What's up, everybody?
Hey, so I'm Joe.
And I'm Mo.
And this is The Mo and Joe Show.
Mo and Joe Show.
Hey, shout out to Brooks Castaneda with the intro.
Yeah, shout out to you, man. Appreciate you.
He really threw that together for us real quick.
Real quick. That was quick, man. Imagine what he can do, if he had a ton of time. I'm going to hit him up sometime.
Yeah, so you're tuned in to KCAA Radio. You can listen to us on 106.5 FM, 102.3 FM, and 1050 AM. All of our streaming sites, YouTube Live, Ustream. So we have a great show for you for today. Just a little rundown. We're going to talk a little NFL with our good friend Jordan Christmas. He called in last week. Adding a little segment, a moment with Mr. Christmas.
All right. I can't wait.
The good, the bad, and the ugly makes a comeback.
Yes, finally. Aha.
And Mo's been waiting for that all week.
I've been waiting, man.
We're going to chat some college football. Hey, before we roll on, Mr. Angel Baby.
Angel Baby.
Right here, man, right here. Round 2 entertainment.
Round 2.
Hey, tomorrow they can listen to you again?
This is tomorrow. Come on, see. Watch them right here.
Tomorrow we've got you guys again. Tomorrow at 10 p.m., man. But let me shout you guys out, man. The new show right here on KCAA. That's what's up. The Mo and Joe Show.
Yep.
If you don't know,
now you know.
Hey, guys, have a good show, man.
Thank you. Much love.
Much love, Angel Baby.
Hey, great show yourself, too.
Yeah, great show, man.
All right, so we're going to talk about It. I know Mo and I, we saw It last night.
Oh, my goodness.
Stephen King's It. We're going to take some callers, give some shout-outs and dedications.
Yes.
But first, we're going to start with our hot topic, the NFL season. All right, so we're going to do our division picks. Because, there's 8 divisions in the NFL. It's how the playoffs are set. So we'll do our division picks. Mo and I have, been studying a lot on all of the teams, and we kind of wanted to go through here and pick who we thought was going to be representing each division in the NFL playoffs.
Oh, yes.
So,
Joe, you want to start us off?
See NFC or AFC?
Let's start with NFC.
The NFC?
NFC, check your pick is.
Okay. So let's start with the NFC East. Okay. NFC East has the Cowboys, Redskins, Eagles, and the G-Men Giants. Who are you picking, Mo? Who you got?
Ooh, my NFC. For my East, I chose Dallas.
Okay.
Represent, because they're balling out, last year. So I'd go with them again. Okay. Then I'd go with Green Bay, of course. The Packers. I'm not.
Wait, you're talking about the East, right?
Yes, we are.
Who was your pick? My bad.
My East pick was Dallas.
How come?
The Cowboys, Ezekiel Elliott, he just surpassed, bypassed a little situation he had. So now he's finally going to be able to start, this NFL season.
Okay.
That'll be great, man. So Dallas, of course, I got to, go with them.
Wait, so you're going to still take them even with the suspension?
I'll still take them.
Okay, so my NFC East pick, it's kind of a toss-up between the Giants and the Cowboys. It comes down to what their matchup is. The Giants beat them twice last year. Eli Manning has the Cowboys' number.
Yeah, he does.
So we're going to see how that works out. My pick is the Cowboys. Dak Prescott's going to really build on that. I have a couple bets where I'm really picking a Raiders-Cowboys Super Bowl, and I have a lot of money on the line against the Cowboys.
That'd be interesting.
I'm just playing.
I'm just playing. You see how the way football is. 1 minute it could be teams that we always expect, and then the next minute, last year was the Patriots and the Falcons. It was like, wow, that's I wouldn't expect the Falcons to be in the Super Bowl, but they were doing good the whole season. So
right
up until
so I have the Cowboys. A lot of people were hot on them last year. They didn't do it. The Cowboys are going to win the NFC East. You heard it here on the Mo and Joe Show.
NFC East, Cowboys.
All right, so NFC South. This is a tough division for me to kind of consider.
Ooh.
All 4 of the teams have something to bring. The Buccaneers are on hard knocks, and they have youth. They have youth, and they're hungry for a championship, hungry for a playoff run.
Hungry. You don't think the Falcons is hungry?
The Falcons made it to a Super Bowl
hungry
last year.
for the Super Bowl, you know?
Their offense is nasty, but they lost their offensive coordinator. Matt Ryan may
that's
take
hard.
a step back. He's never had a season like he had in 2016. I don't know if he can live up to it again in 2017.
I don't know.
But we're going to see.
Maybe, you know, he's...
The Saints added Adrian Peterson. We talked a little bit about that last week, and now we're going to talk about it. Adrian Peterson and Drew Brees together.
Oh, man, that's going to be... Drew Brees already is, you know, great quarterback. But, you know, just adding someone else to their team and rosters, get some powerhouses on the team.
And we can't forget about Carolina. They were dominant in 2015.
Yeah, we can't forget about that.
I mean,
they went far. They went far until, you know, little old...
You know, they made big steps, too. Like, they signed Christian McCaffrey, the running back out of Stanford, speed back. Kind of like...
Nice.
Maybe the Caucasian Reggie Bush, you might call him.
Uh-oh.
That's what a lot of people have been saying.
Caucasian Reggie Bush.
Have you seen this man play, like, in his couple years in Stanford?
I have not.
He's a game changer.
Really?
They call him a home run hitter.
Oh, wow.
So they're going to move him all around the
Okay.
field, and then we're going to see what Carolina could bring. Get Cam some weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And for that reason, I'm picking the Carolina Panthers to win the NFC South.
I see.
But the Buccaneers are a
okay.
close second.
Close second?
I'm telling you, watch out for them. Mike Evans, he's a receiver. He is a monster.
Okay.
Who do you got in the South?
South, I'd have to go with my Falcons, man. I got to see how hungry they really are. You know, they came all the way to Super Bowl last year. You know, they lost it, but let's see if they're, you know, still hungry enough to really, you know, go for it and say, you know what, we might have lost it last year, but let's go, you know, hard and heavy this year and, you know, bring it home, take it home all the way.
And they got a new stadium, too.
Oh, nice, yes.
Yeah, new stadium out there in Atlanta. I believe it's called the Mercedes-Benz Superdome or Mercedes-Benz Dome.
That's interesting.
Look it up. Let me know what it is.
Yeah, I'll let you know, man.
So, you're picking the Falcons,
I picked the Falcons.
even with the collapse they had in the Super Bowl.
I do, yes. I know how it is.
All right, we'll see. We'll see.
Look at that the 1 year when the Patriots went 16-0 and got to the Super Bowl, and look at them now. You know they never.
Patriots aren't going 16-0 this year. I promise you that.
Yeah, we know that.
For those of you that don't know, the Patriots lost last night. Pretty. They got their booties handed to them by the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes.
But we'll talk about that when we get to the AFC East.
Oh yes.
So continuing with the NFC, we'll go with the NFC North.
Okay.
You know, you have the Vikings. Bridgewater is back, but they lost Adrian Peterson. Picked up Murray from the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Latavius Murray, I believe. But I don't think the Vikings are going to be that good. Their defense, stacked. Their defense is nice. I think they take a step back this year.
Didn't they take a step back?
Yeah, and the Lions, they're the Lions. Let's just kind of leave it there. You know they are. They may be fighting for a wild card spot.
Uh-oh. Mm-hmm.
The Bears.
Those are always tough.
Bears are going to be fighting for another top 10 draft pick because they're not going to be any good this year.
Oh.
You heard it from me. Joe is saying it here.
Uh-oh. Bears fans, you better watch out.
So then we have, in my pick for the NFC North champion, the Packers. Duh.
Hey, that was my pick
How many years in a row have they won it?
Packers.
Aaron Rodgers.
And yeah, it's phenomenal quarterback.
Kenny Clark, their defensive tackles from Carter, right here in Rialto. He is a monster.
Hey, shout out Rialto.
Shout out to Rialto. Shout out to the IE. Shout out to Redlands.
Shout out to Redlands.
Upland and Redlands play each other tonight. If you have the score, call that in and let us know at 909.
Yeah, I want to know.
Call that in at 909-792-5222. Let us know what the Upland, Redlands, East Valley score is right now.
Yeah, I'd like to know that. That'd be awesome.
But back on topic with the NFL.
NFL.
It's the Packers. Who do you got in the North?
Funny story, man. Me and you chose the same. I did choose the Packers. I gotta give props, to the Cheeseheads.
Cheeseheads. All right, and you got the Rams.
I got the
I
Rams.
believe, right,
Oh,
in the
we
West.
have a caller.
Oh, we got a
I
caller.
believe we have a caller.
Hello, caller. This is the Mo and Joe Show. No? Caller? All right, we're going to... Hopefully that caller calls back.
Hopefully they call back.
So, who do you got in the West?
In the West, I'd have to go with the Rams.
The Rams.
The Rams.
The Rams.
The Rams.
Jared Goff.
The Rams.
New coach and everything. Are you just trying to pick up fans here from LA?
No, I would. They seem very hungry, like really eager and really hungry to see show everybody what they got and really show themselves.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
They picked up a lot of pieces on offense. They're really stacked at their weapons. And you know who I'm picking in the NFC West?
I wonder who.
Oh, there's my drum roll. Seattle Seahawks. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the Seahawks. It's their division to lose. I mean, the Cardinals can always be good, but we never know with them.
We never know.
So who's your pick in the NFC to go to the Super Bowl?
NFC Super Bowl, guys. All right, here it comes. This would be nice if they went all the way, but I'm going to have to say Dallas.
The Dallas Cowboys?
Same basketball, Joey.
I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from. Shout out to the Dallas Mavericks, Mark Cuban,
hey,
friends of the
Mark
station.
Cuban. Yeah, my man.
All right, so my pick in the NFC would have to be...
See who Joe goes with.
The Packers.
The Packers.
The Pack. They're going to bring the heat.
Bring the heat. Heavy.
Yeah. Bring the heat from the north.
Hey, okay. All right.
All right. Hey, so that was our NFC picks. After the break, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about our AFC picks. And we're going to have Jordan Christmas on Mr. Christmas for a moment with Mr. Christmas. So this is the Mo and Joe Show on KCAA Radio.
Thanks, y'all, for listening.
KCAA Radio.
NBC News Radio, I'm Tom Roberts. Time is running out for Floridians to find a safe place to be as Category 4 Hurricane Irma closes in. That's especially true in the Keys, where Monroe County Mayor George Nugent has this warning.
We're getting to the last hours of any kind of assistance that may be provided by our first responders.
Florida Governor Rick Scott says people have until midnight tonight to leave because the roads will not be safe to travel on, adding that we will quickly run out of good weather to evacuate. President Trump will be monitoring the situation from Camp David this weekend. Bill Zimfer has more.
He is set to host a cabinet meeting at the Maryland presidential retreat tomorrow. In a videotaped message on social media today, Trump warned that Hurricane Irma is packing historic, destructive potential, and the government is ready to help.
Hurricane Irma is now moving between Cuba and the Bahamas. Meanwhile, Category 4 Hurricane Jose is approaching the northern Leeward Islands. Special Counsel Robert Mueller is reportedly interested in talking with 6 current and former White House officials. The Washington Post says the list includes top advisor Hope Hicks, former Chief of Staff Reince Priebus, and former Press Secretary Sean Spicer. Mueller is investigating Russia's interference in the presidential election. Salt Lake County's district attorney wants the FBI to look into possible civil rights violations after the arrest of a University of Utah hospital nurse.
It's important to share with our community that, one, we take it seriously, two, that we're going to reach out to every partner that is out there.
DA Sim Gill commented on the case of Alex Wubbles, who refused to draw blood from an unconscious patient and was arrested. 4 people are dead after a medical helicopter crashed in northeast North Carolina this afternoon. Fire officials say the Duke Life chopper went down in a field near the town of Belvedere.
But I believe in love.
Country Music Hall of Famer Don Williams is dead. The 78-year-old Williams died today following a short illness. You're listening to the latest from NBC News Radio.
Did you know here at KCAA 1050 AM that we developed an app for all your Android devices? We're talking about your smartphone, your tablets, you name it. You have an Android format, you can take KCAA with you everywhere you go. We're talking about our audio stream, our video stream, and even our podcast. Go to kcaaexpress.com. That's kcaaexpress.com. kcaaexpress.com.
KCAA. Hi, this is Sal Tuzzolino, host and ringmaster of the Sports Circus, the big top of sports talk radio. Did you hear this?
They filled a swimming pool full of Jell-O. And people could pay to watch Gary and I dive into this pool of Jell-O. And he and I raised $100,000 doing that.
That's hilarious. Clown around with us and stream the show online at thesportcircus.com. Join us on 1050 AM, 106.5, and 102.3 FM. Saturday mornings at 8 on the trifecta of Talkin' Sports, KCAA.
You've been listening to the Mo and Joe Show on KCAA Radio, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and 102.3 FM. All right, and we're back. Angel Baby's leaving the building.
Peace out, Angel Baby.
This is the Mo and Joe Show on KCAA Radio, 106.5, 102.3, and 1050 AM.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we just gave you the NFC breakdown. We're going to have a moment with Mr. Christmas.
Yes, a moment with Mr. Christmas.
Wait, hold up. Mo, can you talk for a second?
Yes. We're going to have this nice little moment with Mr. good, dear friend of ours, Mr. Christmas.
Mr. Christmas.
We all went up to Humboldt State University together.
And Mr. Christmas is What is that? Mr. Christmas is working in sports radio as well himself. He helped give me my start. And
yeah, he did, which was amazing. I know for Joy because look at where we are now.
What is that?
Wait, what is that? Wait, Joy, do you hear something, Joe?
Yeah. I pushed.
I think I hear something. What? Something twinkling in the background and.
Jordan, are you there?
Hello.
Hello.
Are you there?
Hey.
Hey.
Up,
hey.
It's Jordan.
Heard the magical snowy Christmas.
He heard his song, y'all.
Wait, I believe Michael's about to come in right now. Here he is.
I think he is.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you, brother.
Everywhere we go.
It's his song, man. It's Christmas. Christmas right here.
Thank you.
All right, so you're on air with us. Thank you. This is your second time being on air on our
second time, you guys.
On our second episode of our show, the Mo and Joe Show.
Of course. Glad to support
second
you guys,
episode.
Man. I'm proud of you guys. Like I mentioned last episode. Crazy you guys have your own show now. I remember doing Marm's first show on KRFH back at our college days at Humboldt State University. And to see the growth from here to now is incredible.
Thank you. I thought about that after you had called in the other day, and I was like, man, on my very first show, very first time on the public airwaves, I had Jordan Christmas there, and honestly, he was kind of holding my hand through it because I didn't know what I was doing. I was nervous. I was afraid.
I can understand that.
He came in at like 1 a.m. with me or 12 o'clock at night.
Oh, man. So y'all grinding
shout
late.
Shout out Backwoods Lounge.
Shout out to Backwoods Lounge.
Hey.
You can hear that on KRFH, krfh.net. I'm still going to be on 700 miles away because, you got to do things remotely sometimes.
Hey, that's dope, man. Of course.
So, Jordan, we want to talk the NFL with you. We just gave our NFC picks. Mo kind of shocked everybody picking the Rams in the West. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I kind of almost fell out of my chair when he said that. But as much as I love Mo, I have to respectfully disagree with them. You guys know that I'm a hardcore 49er fan. And
of course.
I hate the Seahawks, but, I mean, I also have the highest respect for the Seahawks at the same time. And I just believe the trade they made for Sheldon Richardson, I believe, really solidifies their defensive line and really the peak of the Seahawks' dominance on defense from 2012 to 14. While the Legion of Boom secondary was great, it was the defensive line being able to get pressure on the quarterback and being able to stop the run that really made that defense just absolutely terrifying. And I think their defensive line is back at that level now. So we could see the weak Seahawks defense of yesteryear. The last few years, they've been good. Yeah. But they haven't been at that level where they were back-to-back Super Bowls.
They haven't been the Legion.
Oh, see?
Sorry, Mo. Have to disagree with you there. Sorry to all the Rams fans listening.
I know you do.
What do you think, David?
Fans?
Sorry, Rams fans.
I tried.
What do you think about David Johnson and the Arizona Cardinals?
I think the Cardinals have fallen off a little. I think they were at their peak when Carson Palmer is still the quarterback, but I think their peak year was in the 2015 year when they lost in the NFC Championship game to the Panthers, where Palmer was playing through a broken hand. That was kind of their best shot. I mean, I kind of expected them to decline last year. They still have good pieces, but Larry Fitzgerald is a year older. Their offensive line didn't really improve that much. I know they just signed Alex Boone to the right guard position. on their offensive line, but I don't think that's going to help that much. They have skill players that I like. The Honey Badger also I'm worried about because he's coming off of his second ACL tear, and while he's one of the best players, bar none, in football when healthy, I'm just waiting to see how he comes back exactly from this ACL injury because he's like a queen on a chessboard. You could put him in the slot at corner. You could put him at free safety, strong safety. You can put him outside. He's just a playmaker, and I just want to see how he comes back from his second knee injury. Those are usually finicky.
Yeah.
So I like the card. I like some of the players on their team, but I really don't see them breaking past 500 or 8 or 9 wins is probably somewhere right in that range. And obviously the Niners would be last in the division, even though we're on the
That's your team, man. That's your team.
Wait, hey, I just got it. Hey, I keep it 1,000 with you guys.
No, I know you do, man. I appreciate you.
We're gonna be
Appreciate you for
bad,
doing
but with John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan heading the front office now, we're gonna be on the rise. It's gonna take a few years, but now that we got a stable head coach GM combination, I believe that we'll be making great personnel decisions
some moves, huh?
that'll benefit us in the long run.
Exactly.
Then I have the Rams third, but the Seahawks are going to dominate the division.
Is your advice to 49er fans to trust the process?
I guess it's weird. All my teams, and they're everywhere. I'm a Sixer fan, a Niner fan, a Padre fan, and an Anaheim Ducks fan. The Ducks are really the only team that's doing good right now. But it seems like all my teams are in rebuilding mode.
Oh,
so you gotta trust. Trust the process, man. That's all you got to do is trust the process.
You can, because if your hands are directly, in there, you'd be able to pick and choose, who you want on the team too, huh?
But in terms of my pick for the NFC to come out of the NFC, it definitely would be the Seahawks. I mean,
Seahawks.
It's
you think
the last few
they're
years,
gonna beat the Cowboys?
Yes, I do think they'll beat the Cowboys.
Okay.
Granted, Russell Wilson, the offensive line still hasn't improved. I mean, all three of us could play on the offensive line, and there wouldn't be a difference. It's that bad.
Did you say all three of us?
Wow.
Yeah, all three of us.
I'll take that challenge.
Give me some money. I'll do it.
So
hey, they wouldn't be able to tell a difference in performance. I mean, that offensive line's bad, but Russell Wilson is able to make something out of nothing all the time.
Yeah,
they
he can.
still have offensive talent.
They
And
gave up Max
Wilson
Unger
stays
and
healthy
Okung
this year.
over the last couple years.
No, that's the thing. Even with them, they've still been bad. And when last year when Unger got traded to the Saints, I mean, that just spelled the end of the Hawks offensive line. And Okung went to Denver last year. So they really gutted that offensive line. And, I mean, big surprise, Wilson got hit a lot and played through a bunch of injuries last year. So I don't know what the Seahawks' plan is at the offensive line. I've never really been able to figure that out. But, I mean, if I were a general manager, I'd want to protect my quarterback. But that's just me.
No, yeah,
but
exactly.
I still think the Seahawks will come out of the NFC.
That's good. Okay.
So you got the Seahawks. We were very similar on that one.
Yeah, you guys were similar on that one.
Yeah, I know. Joey's in agreement right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very excited for the Seahawks. They're gonna be fun this year.
They should be fun.
Kenny Lawler.
Watch out.
I talked about him a lot last week, and I'd like to see him get into the mix over there up in Seattle.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, especially that's pretty cool. Didn't he go to the same high school with you?
Yeah, he balled out.
Hey, that's nice.
And then he went to Cal. He carried Jared Goff for a couple of years.
Wow, man. See, this dude's good. Okay.
And also, really quickly before we move on to the AFC, there was something that Joey said about the Falcons that I really agree with. I actually think the Falcons are due for a down year this year because if you think about it, Matt Ryan has always been a fine quarterback. He's been good. When he peaks, he's very good. But last year was just an absurd year. And I looked up this stat. Since the merger, he posted the fourth best pass yards per attempt, or average pass yards per attempt in history. He averaged 9.3 yards per pass attempt, and that is absurd. And so when you peak that high, I don't know if Matt Ryan, who has never really been an elite quarterback, can reach that level again. Mm-hmm. And also his offensive coordinator the last couple years, Kyle Shanahan, is now a head coach with the 49ers. So when you lose one of the best play callers in football, that's also, I think, going to contribute to the downturn. So I kind of agree with Marn there. I really don't see the Falcons being able to get back to the Super Bowl just because Matt Ryan had such a great year. I don't know if he can actually reach that peak again, especially
Yeah.
given all the changes that have happened. But
Yeah,
that was
that's
just a
true.
quick thought.
And they're in a tough division as well. And like I said, I think
Oh,
the
yeah.
NFC South is one of the best divisions in football.
Cam, oh, Cam.
You can make an argument for any 4 of those teams to win their division.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
could.
But I got the Panthers in that division also. I mean, Cam's going to have a bounce-back year, and I like Christian McCaffrey. I think that's going to be a sneaky Rookie of the Year pick right there for me.
Very sneaky, very sneaky.
Very sneaky, man.
All right, and one thing we're gonna be doing is we're not gonna be we're gonna just keep on rolling with this, and we're gonna roll right into the AFC.
Yeah, I want to see. I
The
want to
AFC picks.
AFC.
So you got the AFC East, the Patriots, Dolphins, Bills, and what they used to call the Jets. I don't know what that burning tire fire is over there.
Oh, man, the Jets.
And with the first overall pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Sam Darnold.
Oh, man. Let's see. This was a tough one, but I guess I just need to pick the Patriots again for the 10 millionth year in a row.
Yeah.
Even though they lost last night, I mean, I'm a Niner fan, but I'm also a Brady stan, and he's the greatest of all time. And I mean, he's Brady.
Even at 40, huh?
Yeah, even at 40. I mean,
even at 40,
the Patriots have been ruling the East, and I really don't see anything changing. The Buffalo Bills traded away a lot of their pieces. They traded Sammy Watkins to the Rams. Pretty much for picks. It's pretty much a sign that they're ready to blow it up and start tanking again. And the Jets are now pretty much burning everything down to the ground, as Mar mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
They're going to be in contention for the number 1 pick. And then the Miami Dolphins, they literally just signed Jay Cutler, who was about to be in the Fox studio this year broadcasting games at the last minute. So he's
come.
He's had success under Adam Gase, who's the head coach in Miami during his final years in Chicago. But, I mean, Jay Cutler, how in shape really is he? And he was about to retire. He had 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He's always had leadership questions. And the Dolphins have had some injuries. They have nice offensive pieces. I don't know if who was their running back last year? He's slipping my mind. Joseph he had a few 200-yard games last year, but his yards per carry really decreased throughout the season. Jarvis Landry's a decent piece, but let's just keep it 100. The Patriots are winning the season.
Yeah, hands down.
All the way, huh?
I am going to agree with you. I also
have the Patriots too.
I have the Patriots as well. What have they won? Like 15 AFC East championships in a row.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yep.
They're doing something great over there,
But you never know. They looked a little old and sluggish last night.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and they have some injuries to key wide receivers. Edelman tore his ACL. Amendola is now in the concussion protocol. And they traded for Philip Dorsett a few days ago, and he's now just getting the hang of the offensive system. So who knows? And also last night they lost one of their best defensive players in Hightower. So their defense also took a hit. So we'll see. But they're definitely winning their division. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sleepwalking through, like you said.
Huh.
Who's going to try to wake him?
I know, right?
So let's take it on to the AFC South. I think it's a very interesting division.
Let's see. Who does Mr. Jordan have?
This is the Mo and Joe Show with our AFC picks, by the way, on KCAA Radio.
So I actually like the Tennessee Titans, and they have been a popular dark horse candidate in the AFC amongst the NFL writers and the writing community, the people who follow the NFL, and for good reason. They were a decent team last year for as much flack as their head coach Mike Mularkey gets, and I have certainly have put my hand in that chair of criticism. They have solidified. The football is usually one of the most important things in football is to win the line of scrimmage, and they have a really good, solid offensive line. They can run the ball with DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry. And also they have a young quarterback who I believe is on the ascension in Marcus Mariota. And the Titans and in the NFC, the Buccaneers that's another dark horse team that I like. They both have young quarterbacks from that same draft class, by the way. But back to the Titans, they have a solid defense. They also have some solid weapons. Delaney Walker, former Niner, shout out him. He's been an underrated tight end for a while. They drafted a rookie wide receiver, Corey Davis. So they have solid pieces that I like. And also the Colts and the fact that Andrew Luck still hasn't been cleared from his shoulder really bothers me.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah, I know.
And also the Colts for the last few years, rather than, like the Seahawks have been, scamping on the offensive line resources, or lack of resources, I should say. They have not invested in protecting Andrew Luck, and he's been getting hit a ton. Last year he's played through a shoulder injury. He's had a punctured kidney.
Oh, my goodness.
He's tough, though.
Ribs.
That's tough. Yeah, you have to play, you have to suck it up to play through injuries like that.
Some of it is part of his playing style, but he has been hit a lot, and the offensive line has just been a bunch of trash bags, pretty much. And, and that's putting it lightly. And their defense has always not been great. So I really don't think the Colts are the Colts are putting out Scott Tolzien this week. And nobody knows who he is or what I just said. And so I really don't see the Colts being able to take the division, especially when Luck's going to be gone for possibly the foreseeable future. So and of course the Jacksonville Jaguars, they have Blake Bortles, who is literally one of the worst quarterbacks I have ever seen throw a football.
Really?
And yeah, Blake Bortles.
Harsh.
Harsh words from Christmas.
Hey, I keep it 1,000.
Yeah, I like that. Not 100, but 1,000.
And by the way, you should follow the Blake Bortles Facts Twitter page. It is the most hilarious Twitter account ever. But and the Texans. I like the Texans. My thing is, I wish they had thrown Deshaun Watson into the fire more sooner. I know he's not going to start for a while. He's going to be pretty much an understudy. But as far as the team that's best set up right now, presently constructed, I like the Titans, and I like the Titans to win the division, and the Texans as a wild card.
Okay, all right, yeah, got some good picks and some great reasoning behind it. That's really good. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah, appreciate
that. Oh yeah, of course.
You guys
Who you guys got in the AFC South?
AFC South? Yeah. I had to go. I chose the Colts. Oh, he fell over, y'all. He fell over in his chair.
Hey, you got to stick with your pick, man.
Yeah.
All right, well, Mo has the Colts.
And what do you have, Joey?
This is a hard one. I talked about this one in the car a lot with Mo on the way over.
Mm-hmm.
The Texans, I think, are nasty. Their defense is nice.
And J.J. Watt's coming back.
Yeah.
They're saying their passing game is going to struggle, but I think Deshaun Watson is going to surprise a lot of people here in the NFL. Yeah. I didn't watch him too much in college, but that national championship game showed that player is something else.
Mm-hmm.
That he's special. He has the it factor to him.
He does, yeah.
A lot of people overlooked him here in the draft. A lot of people overlooked him at Clemson. Clemson's not a big school for quarterbacks, and he went there and really, he won the Heisman, right?
Yeah, I think so. He might have.
Yes, he did.
Oh, there you go. We have a professional on the phone with us. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Christmas.
Yeah, so
he lets us know.
If he gets in about week 3, week 4, I believe that they found their quarterback finally.
Finally?
Oh, yeah.
But Tennessee, everyone is talking about
players that I like, too.
Oh, yeah, a lot of skilled players. Their receiving core is nice. Do they still have Miller at running back?
Oh, yeah, they have Lamar Miller at running back. DeAndre Hopkins just signed an extension for $81 million, I believe.
Oh, my goodness.
And
much.
DeAndre Hopkins is one of the most underrated beasts in the NFL. He's a really good receiver. So,
of course, another Clemson
Tom
guy.
If Savage starts to play bad, then Deshaun Watson, you're in.
I believe it's Watson's season to win. But that being said, even with the Texans being good, the Titans have a lot of upside right now. Mariota, whatever you want to call him. Shout out to Oregon because I know how crazy they are about him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That man is poised to have an NFL season, the NFL season of his entire career.
Wow.
So they have two good running backs. They have a solid defense. Malarkey's kind of malarkey.
Malarkey. Oh, he's malarkey.
As Joe
That's
Biden
fun.
would
I
say,
like
that's a
it.
bunch of malarkey. I think the Titans have a really good chance to win the AFC South, and I'd put my money on them. The Jaguars have been a joke for a while now. Since David Garrard was their quarterback, they haven't been able to really do anything.
Oh man, there's a name I haven't heard of forever.
See.
Remember Byron Leftwich?
Yeah, Byron Leftwich, David Garrard. Oh man, the late to approaching the 2010s quarterbacks of the Jaguars.
Blaine Gabbert.
oh man, we don't need to talk about Blaine Gabbert.
All right,
Who
so
is somehow on an NFL roster.
I have a Jaguars jersey. I have a Maurice Jones-Drew Mojo jersey.
Nice.
I will say
Mojo.
for the Jaguars, one positive thing I will say: watch out for Jalen Ramsey. That dude was a stud last year as a rookie cornerback. 4.3 40 in the combine, is a supreme athlete. You can put him inside in the slot, outside. And also, he's a trash talker, which I like. When you talk, when you talk trash
especially
to
in football.
Steve Smith, and nobody talks trash to Steve Smith, but Jalen Ramsey did. I mean, I like you as a player.
Exactly. Wow. Yeah. Talking all that smack, huh?
So with the Jaguars, I remember they had huge upside last year. Everybody was talking about that receiving core. They had like 3 receivers in the NFL's top 100.
The Allen, or they weren't really brothers, but the Allen brothers, Allen Hearns and Allen Robinson, they were good. If Hearns, hopefully he can regain his 2015 form, but it's looks
and
like
Marquise
he's good on
Lee.
the step. Yes. And then they drafted Leonard Fournette out of LSU this past draft. The only problem is Blake Bortles. I mean, some teams just need to realize when to cut their losses, even if it's way early in a player's career. It's just time to move on from Blake Bortles. I mean, just throw in Chad Henne. If just do it. Just do it. You don't need to play up to Bortles' draft status. He hasn't lived up to it. He never will. Just play Chad Henne.
Wait. Play Chad Henne or, dare I say it on the public airwaves, sign Colin Kaepernick?
Yeah, but,
that's going to upset some people.
Circumstances and all that stuff, he's not on a roster. But Blaine Gabbert is, and Brock Osweiler.
Nice, yeah.
Oh, man. So let's move on. You have the Colts.
I did have the Colts.
You had the Titans, Jordan?
Yes.
Jordan makes me want to change my picks. Thanks, Jordan. See? You're influencing.
And like I said, I
want to change now. Can I change?
My definitive answer, the Houston Texans are going to win the division.
The Texans are going to win. Ooh.
I'm mad at it.
Mo, are you writing these down? Let's check back on these at the end of the season, see how we did.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll make sure.
All right, so we're going to move on to the AFC North, the ground and pound division.
Oh.
The Monsters of the Midway. Taking that from Chicago. The AFC North.
AFC North. AFC North. I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this was a tough one. This really was a tough one because the AFC North usually plays each other tough. Even the Cleveland Browns play the Bengals, Steelers, and Ravens tough. This division has been one of the best divisions in football, but I'm sticking with the Steelers. Martavis Bryant coming back from his year-long suspension. Ben Roethlisberger, I don't know how many hits away he is from retirement, but he was seriously considering retiring last year. But he came back this year. We'll see how it goes with the psyche this year. The Steelers have always had have one of the best offensive lines in football. Le'Veon Bell's back. They've added some pieces. J.J. Watt's little brother, T.J. Watt, was named the starter at outside linebacker over James Harrison.
Harrison. Did you see that?
Yep.
Wow.
Debo. That's what James Harrison is known by in Steelers world, is Debo from Friday.
Debo.
But, yeah, I like the Steelers in this one. I got the Ravens second, Bengals third, and the Browns, of course. I mean, they're the Browns. But but I have the Steelers. Who you guys got?
Steelers. I chose the Ravens. I'm happy. You at least put them in your the second spot instead of dead last.
nobody can be last over the Browns. It's like a cardinal rule.
Deshaun Kaiser's not going to do it?
No.
Oh,
And
man.
The Notre Dame man's not going to bring the
sad
luck?
My former basketball teammate Cody Kessler got beat out by Deshaun Kaiser.
I was bummed by that. I'm a huge
I
SC
was
fan.
bummed by that. I was
Wow. Oh, man.
You guys, you played basketball with Cody Kessler, right?
Yeah, he went. Well,
Oh, that's
we
dope.
played basketball. I was in 8th grade and he was in 7th grade. We played on the open team. We got 3rd in our region in Kern County.
Nice.
Shout out to
I
Kern
stopped
County.
playing basketball
Kern County, shout
before
out.
my junior year, but he made varsity from sophomore to junior year. I think he didn't play a senior year, obviously, because he was playing football. But yeah, he's been a really crazy good athlete for the time that I knew. I didn't know him per se, but I was his teammate and I saw him, throughout the days at a Centennial High School. So I was rooting for him. I really was.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe by the end of the season he might have his starting role back. The Browns
we'll never know.
the Browns play musical chairs with their quarterback position.
I know. I think this is the 20th quarterback in the last 17 years or something like that. I have to look that stat up again.
I lost count.
Yeah. One, two,
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know.
So my AFC North prediction is
Who do you
Steelers.
got? Oh, Steelers.
Yeah, they're nasty. They have the
Ben
best running back in the
Roethlisberger.
NFL, the best receiver in the NFL, a Hall of Fame quarterback, and their defense is always going to come to play.
Yeah.
They haven't
do have
been
some
like
good
they used to
defense.
be with the Dick LeBeau coach defenses of the past,
Mhm.
but they still are the Steelers defense. The biggest thing that I give the Steelers right now is their travel. They travel so much less than the other teams.
Look at that.
I believe it's about like 5,000 miles they're traveling
That's
this
it?
year, and the Raiders are traveling about 30,000.
Man,
So if you
good
just go look at
comparison.
that, putting on the miles of
Oh,
sitting on the
wow.
plane, sitting on the buses.
Exactly. It does a lot to a team, traveling a lot as compared to someone who doesn't travel. Yeah, it does a lot to a team, could really influence the way, sometimes players play. All that traveling, it could be jet lagged from the night before or something.
They got lucky with the schedule this year. I don't know how the schedule makers go and look at miles traveled, but I believe that we'll have a lot to play with it. I mean,
That
there's a couple weeks this year where the Raiders go and play in Mexico City and then go and play
What?
in Florida and New York back-to-back weeks. They're going to be staying out in Florida
Oh my goodness.
like they did last year because they
Wow.
travel so much and so frequently, and it's hard to travel from Oakland across the country back. You're
That's
getting
true.
jet lag. Your
Back
body's
and
changing.
forth, back and forth.
So
There's a lot.
I have the Steelers.
The Steelers.
And that brings us to our last division.
Last division, man.
I believe this is the division we've been waiting for. I'm a Raiders fan. Mo's a Broncos fan.
Woo woo.
The AFC West.
AFC West.
Your thoughts, Mr. Christmas?
Yeah, I got the Raiders. The Chiefs are gonna, and the Chiefs are gonna give them a close run though. Watch out for the Chiefs. I think
Yeah,
they've
the
always
Chiefs.
been
The Chiefs are
consistent.
some-
If I can bring an NBA parallel, if I can, the Chiefs are a lot like the Memphis Grizzlies in the sense that they're always a consistent team. They're gonna win 11 games.
Yeah, exactly.
10 to 11 games, and they're going to have a playoff exit at some point. But I know the Chiefs fans are waiting on their new rookie quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, to take over for Alex Smith. But just give Alex Smith one more year. I think there's one more year left on his deal, I believe. And the Chiefs are going to give the Raiders a close run. Just Derek Carr needs to stay healthy. The Raiders have, outside of the Dallas Cowboys, one of the best offensive lines in football. Marshawn Lynch is back from a 2-year hiatus. Maybe he needed a break because of the pounding that he always took in Seattle and those hard-nosed NFC West defenses. The thing that's always going to be the bugaboo for the Raiders, of course, is the defense. They allowed a lot of yards last year, a lot of points, so Derek Carr had to keep up by constantly airing it out. So can Khalil Mack bring them to a respectable level to where there isn't so much pressure on Derek Carr? The Raiders, I think, would have made the AFC Championship game last year if Derek Carr didn't break his leg.
Of course.
Against the Panthers. I've always, even though as a Niner fan, of course, I hate the Raiders, I've always had my eye on Derek Carr since he was a rookie. The dude has a cannon of an arm. Amari Cooper is a monster. Michael Crabtree, finally decided to care about football once he got to Oakland and started playing well. He kind of tainted in his last year with the Niners. He's so bitter about that.
No.
but the Raiders are still going to have their elite. The Raiders are still going to have their elite offense. The Chargers, I'm afraid of the Chargers going through 20,000 injuries again like they did last year.
And
I
no
feel
fans.
Bad for Yeah, and I feel bad for Philip
Yeah,
Rivers.
wow.
And just being second fiddle in LA, I really don't get the point of that.
Exactly.
Wait, hold up. They're third fiddle in LA. This is Raider Nation down here.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, third fiddle. That's even worse.
Exactly, even worse.
So,
go
ahead.
And then the Broncos, they really have lost piece by piece, and John Elway really hasn't hit on a lot of draft choices the last few years, so they haven't supplemented the proper or developed the proper replacements as the veterans have gone away. Von Miller is still a monster.
Oh, yeah,
Chris
beast.
Harris Jr., one of the best cornerbacks in football. Aqib Talib, he's Aqib Talib. He's a bully on the field, but, he's a good
I don't like
player,
him.
so I guess I have to respect him. But
he's a chain puller.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. But
why do cornerbacks keep going after Crabtree?
Wow.
I don't know.
I know.
But
Crabtree, Crabtree.
That's just mean, Joey. You're just bringing up the NFC Championship game. It still hurts.
That was my first weekend in Humboldt.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was my first weekend in college. I was watching that game.
But I got I don't know who to necessarily. I'd probably have to go with the Broncos.
Yes.
Last.
Got my hopes up, man.
I already said the Raiders.
I know,
and then the Chiefs in second, and then the Chargers third. That would be my order.
Oh man.
All right. So, on that note, I'm gonna pick the Raiders. Their offense is nasty. Their defense,
surprise,
underrated. They have a very their secondary has a lot of holes in it, but they've invested in it. My brother is not a fan of Sean Smith, but he is a monster corner. If he gets his legal issues all settled out, he could be back to a Pro Bowl year like he was in Kansas City. You have Reggie Nelson. He's a captain. He was a Pro Bowler before he got here, and he can be back to that. They invested in Joseph, who is a safety.
Yeah.
Carl Joseph, last year's first-round pick. And this year's first-round pick was another corner from Ohio State. So they invest in the secondary. It's not like the secondary is not talented. The secondary's shirt up. The Raiders could make their way on to the AFC Championship game.
Uh-oh. Who knows?
So, Mo, your pick?
My pick, of course, you already know. It's going to be the Broncos. My Broncos all the way.
And we only have about 30 more seconds with you, Jordan, before we got to go to our next break.
No problem.
But who's your Super Bowl pick from the AFC?
Yeah.
I'm going with Tom Terrific and Darth Belichick, the Sith Lord.
So you have a Patriots-Seahawks Super
Ooh.
Bowl
I have
again?
Patriots-Seahawks Super Bowl rematch of the 2014 Super Bowl.
Nice.
On the Malcolm Butler pick in the end zone. Got the Seahawks Patriots.
All right. I like that. I have the Steelers and the Packers.
Steelers and the Packers?
A rematch of the 2011 Super Bowl.
Okay.
Or 12, whatever year it was.
Oh, yeah. Steelers Packers. Jordan, maybe you can help us out. Do you know when the Steelers Packers was?
Steelers Packers was 2010, the 2010 Super Bowl.
2010 Super Bowl. Okay.
And Mo, what's your
the
AFC
09
pick?
season.
My AFC, for everyone to go to the Super Bowl, I'd probably go with Patriots, and it would be nice to see the Cowboys.
The Patriots and Cowboys.
Patriots, Cowboys.
Okay. You heard it here on the Mo and Joe Show.
Mo and Joe Show, man.
Hey, Jordan, thank you for that moment with Mr. Christmas.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you so
no
much.
problem. I'm happy to be on anytime.
Much love.
Much
All right,
love,
we're gonna
yeah.
go to a quick break right before we finish off the show with some callers and
Finish off the show. Some shout outs, y'all.
some shout outs.
You know?
Here it is on KCAA Radio. Thank you, Jordan.
No problem.
Too many mass people. It's trying to thin them out.
Brass monkey.
We'll be right back to the Mo and Joe Show, the bros in the know.
Tri-City Center has shoppers whistling a happy tune. School's out and vacation fun is on. Gear up for fun at the Tri-City Center, the mall with a heart, at the heart of the 210 and 10 freeways in Redlands. Discover lots of new stores and old friends that'll make your summer shopping a breeze with friendly local shop owners, great values, personal services, and easy storefront parking. You need more fun and more time. Find your summer fun at the Tri-City Center. Nearly 60 shops, lots of personal services, fashions, and savings too. Do that much needed shopping at Big Lots and the Dollar Tree. Get the job done at Burlington. Have some yummy See's candy or delicious ice cream. Do more and save more and stress less at the Tri-City Center. Plan ahead at TriCityCenter.com. That's TriCityCenter.com. Then visit our real mall in Redlands at the 10 and 210 freeway. We're the mall with a heart, and summer fun is on sale now at the Tri-City Center in Redlands.
It's Mo and Joe's
Good, Bad, and Ugly of the Week here on KCAA Radio. For my good, I'm going to talk about Jake Olson, a blind long snapper for USC, who got in the game against Western Michigan and snapped the field goal attempt. He was the Pac-12 Special Teams Player of the Week.
All right, and for my good, I'd like to talk about Rick Ross, Big Rizzy, welcoming his second daughter into the world with model Brianne Camille. Congratulations, y'all. You know what? Matter of fact, I believe my co-host, just found out he's having a daughter also. Man, how does that feel?
It's pretty great. I can't wait. Thank you for the shout-out.
Yeah, man, congrats.
Hey, much love, much love. For my bad, this weather, climate change, it's a real deal. You're seeing hurricanes, we're seeing earthquakes, we're seeing fires throughout the entire West. Really, pray for everybody, and hopefully this gets better.
Yeah, Joey, I have to agree with you. As for my bad, I'd have to say hotel prices. Oh my goodness. Hotel prices are still skyrocketing. I mean, I remember back in the day, you could get a room for like 50, 40, and now hotel prices are so high. I was in Santa Monica the other day and stopped, try to get a room. They told me I had to pay $514. Ain't that crazy, Joey?
That's crazy. Airbnb is going to take over. Watch. And my ugly is the Michael Bennett situation. The Las Vegas Police Department and Michael Bennett got in an altercation. He was held at gunpoint on the Las Vegas Strip. The Las Vegas Police Department is saying that he ran from the scene of the crime, and they didn't know who he was. So it's an ugly situation, and Roger Goodell's getting in. And anytime the commissioner in NFL gets into a conduct dispute, it gets ugly.
Ooh, man, that is ugly. Uh-oh. I see something. Do you see that, Joey? I think another person has gotten added to the Kardashian hit list.
Dun, dun, dun.
Mr. Blake Griffin himself. It is rumored that him and Miss Kendall Jenner are dating. What?
No way. He's supposed to lead this team this year. No Chris Paul, and he's adding in a Kardashian. What is he, Lamar Odom?
I mean, you know what they do to people, guys, especially NBA players.
And that's been your good and the bad and the ugly for this week.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening
to the Mo and Joe Show
here on KCAA Radio.
The stations that leave no listener behind.
Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. She looks like one of those rap guys' girlfriends. Who understands those rap guys?
Uh-oh.
They only talk to her because she looks like a total prostitute, okay?
Oh.
Hey.
Her butt is just so big.
I like this song, man.
I bet.
It's just so round.
Nice.
It's out there. I mean,
see, y'all been tuning in, listening.
To the Mo and Joe Show.
The Mo and Joe Show.
Wow.
KCAA.
KCAA.
All right. This is the Mo and Joe Show. Here, let's keep that on in the background.
I know, right? Yeah, I like that.
Hey, so, great show. We saw It last night.
Oh, it was amazing. Guys, go see it. Check it out.
Go see it. Scary.
It was.
We saw it at the Chinese Theater, the TCL over there in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
It was fun. Good time.
It was fun.
I recommend going see it.
Going to see it, y'all.
Going to see it.
Go and see it, y'all.
So let's go. We have a couple more minutes.
So quickly, y'all, I want to give a shout out. Shout out to my mom. She's got a clothing store. It's called Miracle Monet Fashion and Fragrances. It's over located in Ontario. And tomorrow there's a mixer that's going to be happening, guys, from 5:30 to 7:30. So if you have some time, just want to go check it out. Check it out. Again, it's 5:30 to 7:30, and the address to the store is 1859 North Vineyard Avenue, Ontario, California. Check it out, y'all. Like those DJs,
So I got a couple shout outs right here real quick.
Shout it out.
Humboldt State University, our alum, our school where we went and had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had some fun, man.
It's playing Azusa Pacific University over here at Citrus.
Hey.
Citrus College over in Glendora. They're going to be playing, and it's going to be the GNAC, first GNAC game, which is their conference of this semester.
Oh, nice.
They're the only two Division II football teams in the state of California. So it's a huge rivalry. They play each other twice a year.
Wow.
Go out and support.
Go out and support, y'all. If you got some time, man, go out and support. Hey, Joy, what time's the game tomorrow?
I believe it's at 6 p.m.
6 p.m., y'all. Go out and support.
Maybe 7 p.m. Check it out.
Check it out, y'all. Go ahead.
So, want to give shout-outs to my family. Shout-out to Brooks Castaneda for making that intro and that outro
thanks,
for us.
Man. We love you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate it.
All right. And, this has been a great episode. I had a lot of fun tonight. I can't wait to keep it going.
Hey, can't wait, y'all. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Keep tuning in, because we can't do it without y'all. Love our fans. Love our fans.
Mojo for show on social media.
Mojo for show.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. MojoShow.com. You can watch it. All right.
MojoShow.com, y'all. Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you.
Oh, what?
What?
Did you hear that? I think that's our cue.
Is that our cue? Uh-oh.
It's been a great one here on KCAA Radio.
Talk to you guys. Tune in.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Mo.
To the Mo and Joe Show. Tune in next Friday at 9 p.m.
Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.